Hey everyone, welcome to the final session of this particular project. And today we'll understand a bit more about advertisements and advertisement related terms. Now, if you watched my previous video, I had asked you to check out what is cost per click, what is cost per conversion, and what is ROAS, that is return on average spends, sorry, return on ad spends. I don't know why I keep on saying average spends. Uh, so for this, we again open up pivot table analysis. We go to edit mode and we just duplicate this ones. So ads are basically what we call the medium as CPC. So we need to filter out only the ones, the medium that is CPC. We select it over here, we clear CPC and click on, I'll have to remove this a bit. Alright, only CPC. Right, now after this, we want to analyze it by breaking the ads by their source, okay? So we move it over here and we click on source. So now this is an interesting thing. Previously also we had analyzed by source, right? But this was for the overall traffic. It did not care if the medium was organic, social, CPC, email, anything. Over here we are only selecting CPC. And that is why this totaled 209988. That is the same as this 209988 because this is CPC only. Ads only, or you can also call it CPC only. Alright, but this does not give us a lot of information because we want something more. We do not just want to analyze the traffic. We want to, since it's advertisement, we want to analyze how much did it cost us. Okay, for this reason, we introduce the new terminologies. One is cost per click. Cost per click. How much did it cost us to get one click from a particular user? Okay, and for this, we only need to focus on the CPC medium. Okay, okay, I actually applied a filter already, is it? Let me just reapply this filter. Right. So cost per click. So what do we do is we divide our total ad spends with our clicks. So $0.24, this is how much it has costed us to achieve one click on 3rd January via YouTube. Similarly, we apply it for all the different, I don't know why these are coming. Right. Okay. So we apply it for all the different costs per clicks. It is taking a little bit of time, but yeah, it's done. Now the interesting thing over here is a lot of these are really small values, 0.01, 0.01, 0.00. So we'll have to increase our decimal places. Okay, now this gives us some proper data. But you know what? Even cost per click is not the most important. What is even more important is cost per conversion. Remember conversion? That is when a person actually pays for your product or actually, whatever is your conversion, what is your target, the person actually does this. If your target is just the person visiting your website, that is also okay. But generally, you want to sell a product or you want the person to register or book a call or inquiry or something of that sort, fill a form. So these are the conversion events that we have, and we can also set up a cost per conversion. The formula will be similar. It will be the ad spend divided by the total conversion. And we'll do the same thing, apply it for everyone and increase the decimal point over here. Finally, there's one more thing, interesting thing for you, and that is how many people have converted amongst the people that have clicked. So, what I mean over here is out of the people that clicked, out of the 67 people that clicked, 21 converted, right? How much that conversion? Let us do conversion by click percentage. So, this is 21 by 67, and we can change this to a percentage. We can apply it for all these. So this is also very interesting data point, right? Okay, there is some weird data point over here. It cannot be 176. Actually, it can be. A single person can actually click. A single person can actually purchase a product multiple times. That's why, although I don't know what was the summer sale all about, but only 25 clicks happened, but there had been 44 purchases. Very interesting data point. But some people do not want to analyze it this way. Some people want to consider only unique conversions. That is how many unique people have converted. We'll not get into all of those details. For the purpose of this exercise, we'll just go with this data. Now the interesting thing over here is, I'll just remove my face. Interesting thing over here is Google Sheets was smart enough to automatically adjust the different columns and include cost per click, cost per conversion, so on and so forth in our analysis. So now we want to understand what is the most affordable cost per click that we are doing. For this, we'll go to replace values with cost per click. By the way, we can have multiple values also if you see over here. Let's keep it that way. And after that, we actually want our average cost per click. And we want to sort it on the basis of this average in descending order. Correct. So you can see, although Twitter did not have so much traffic, its cost per click average was one of the highest over here. Okay, it was the highest, followed by Facebook, followed by referrals. Very interesting. However, let's also add cost per conversion. Is it also the same story? Is Twitter having the maximum cost per conversion? We do the average, and now we sort it on the basis of cost per conversion. Well, no. Although, although the cost per click of Twitter was the highest, its cost per conversion is at $3. On the other hand, something like, let's say, direct, it did not have such a high cost per click. In fact, one of the lowest, the maximum number of traffic as well from ads, but very few people actually converted. So, what is the insights that we draw over here? Well, guys, it can be multiple forms of insights, and it depends upon company to company. The traffic is very high. That means the cost per click is not so costly. So if we our objective is more and more people discovering our website, coming to our website, this is a very good way to approach it. But if our final metric is actually people paying for the product on the website, then direct advertisements seem to be a bit costly. Quite interesting. Now, direct is a terminology. People might use it differently. Some people might call direct as organic. Ads, they might not refer to anything as direct, even if it's on Google or Bing or anything. I'm just using the data that has been provided. Different companies will use this differently. So, just giving you a disclaimer over there. Okay, the last thing I want to touch upon is the bounce rate. Now, as you know, bounce rate I had told you over here we have bounce rate. Bounce rate is basically how many people just visit one page whenever they visit your website. Okay, so let's say they saw the home page, did not scroll much, did not go to other pages, and they dropped out. Okay, so that will be counted as a website bounce. So let us analyze that as the last step. Okay, I'll not give you a lot of things over here. We'll let me remove my face again. All right. Okay, so I keep the source. I don't care just for ads. I want to include all my traffic. I don't care about any of these. I actually care about the total traffic. Let that be there. And there is a thing called bounce rate. So I also keep it over here. And I care about the average. Let's take the median bounce rate. Okay, just to try something different. And I sort it. All right. So as you can see over here, bounce rates are actually quite similar across all different platforms, uh, which is actually a good thing. That means our traffic is homogeneous. People are spending time on the platform. It's just that different people have different agendas. The Facebook people or direct people might not want to purchase it, hence the cost for conversion was pretty high, but people are spending time on a website. That as an analyst I would tell my my team that maybe you do not have to curate the website or change or edit the website for just one kind of traffic. It is fine. If you want to improve it for everyone overall. However, lots of people do deeper insights as to like whenever people are analyzing the website, then they can actually check if people are scrolling a lot, where are they clicking, where is the cursor moving, so on and so forth. These are very, very sensitive data and it is very carefully analyzed, but I'll not go into all that detail right now. This is already a very long video. uh, try out different things with this data point, analyze things on the basis of the content, on the basis of the campaigns, on the basis of sessions, every traffic, how much average time did they spend. For example, you can just select over your session, average session duration, instead of bounce rate, and the average value over here. This will tell you on an average, people spend around 160 to 170 seconds on all of these different platforms. Lots of things to play around over here. I want you guys to enjoy this project as much as you can and create a nice presentation out of it. Okay, and then add it to your portfolio or your LinkedIn. Include Sharpener over there so that I can check it out and my team can look at it. And I'll really be impressed by a lot of your projects. I'm pretty sure about that. But make sure you include it in your resume, your LinkedIn, everywhere. All right. I'll see you in the next videos where we discuss deeper. I think we'll touch upon formulae. All right. See you then.